Uh, Good afternoon, grade 8. Hello, everyone. How are you today? Last lesson of the week. Yippee. Hooray. How is everyone today? How was your day? Just say hi to everyone. Just say hi, hi, hi. Hello, Helene. You are tired. Sorry, hey. Hello, Musa. How are you? Let's just greet each other. Say hi to everyone, please. I hope everyone is fine, okay? Wherever you are, grade 8. Hello, Natalie. Lisedi, hello. Lisaine, hello, how are you? Okay, so let's get into the lesson. Okay. So yesterday we went through rural settlements. That's what we did yesterday. Okay. The homework, did you try to do the homework for rural settlements? I think there were 2 questions. Did you manage to do the homework? Grade 8, did you manage to do the homework for yesterday? I just think no one did the homework. I don't see any responses. I doubt if you did your homework. Anyone who did their homework for yesterday, grade 8? Grade 8, this is not on at all. It's not on. You can just respond yes or no, and then we proceed. I'm disappointed with grade 8, really. I'm disappointed. The other grades that I teach, they do their homework. It's fine, let's proceed. I'm disappointed with you guys. Okay, so I asked you to research on these terms. Did you research on oblique area photographs and vertical area photographs? Did you find out what do they mean? Okay, so the oblique and the vertical area photographs, so we're going to look at them today, okay? Some of you, you know this topic, we did it, we're just revising, okay? So let's go through the topic. So these area photographs, they are used for the land use in settlements, okay? Who is Humulemo? What do you mean by that, Humu? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so we're going to look at what area photographs look like, the oblique and vertical, and then we're going to look at the information from area photographs, which information is presented on these photos. That is the natural and constructed features. And then identifying land uses in urban settlements. Okay, so let's get into the lesson. So let's start by understanding these aerial photographs. What do they look like? These are taken from above the ground by aeroplanes or helicopters. So that's why they are called aerial photographs. So there are two types of aerial photographs, the oblique and the vertical. Let's start by looking at the oblique aerial photographs. So when these photographs are taken from above, the camera will be on the ground of on the floor ground of the aeroplane. Okay. So these aeroplanes or helicopters, they will fly above that area that they want to take a photo. So when it comes to oblique aerial photographs, these are taken at an angle below 90 degrees. They are not straight, as you can see in this diagram, at an angle below 90 degrees. So the camera lens will be slightly slanted like this. Okay. So usually they take a side view of something. As you can see in these pictures, these are pictures of oblique aerial photographs, these two. So they are not taken directly above these features. As you can see, this is the mountains, okay? So the side view is taken, okay? That's why this diagram is showing slanted, okay? So these are called oblique aerial photographs, sorry. And then vertical aerial photographs, these are taken directly from above or straight down, like in this picture. You can see the roofs of the houses directly. Okay. So they're taken at a 90-degree angle, as you can see on this diagram. So the camera lens will be there. So the aeroplane will be there, okay. And then the photograph is taken straight vertically at a 90-degree angle, okay. So that's the difference between oblique and vertical. So oblique is something slanted like this. It's not straight. Okay. And for vertical, it's straight. Taken directly from above, straight down. So those are the two types of aerial photographs that are used. So what type of information do we get from aerial photographs or these aerial photos? Aerial photographs show the differences between natural and constructed features. So we are able to tell which natural features are there, which constructed features are there. Yes, Natalie, they show roads. That's correct. So let's start by looking at the natural features. Which natural features are we talking about? For example, the lakes, mountains, rivers, oceans, and fields, as you can see in these pictures. So from these aerial photographs, we are able to see the natural features. Okay. And then for constructed features, we're talking of the buildings, the infrastructure, okay, the roads, railway lines. We're able to identify those features from an aerial photograph. So remember, we're able to identify two features, constructed and natural. Okay. Yes, let's say the houses. Identify land use in urban settlements. So we're able to identify how land is used In other words, the zones in urban settlements by using what? Aerial photographs. So by using both the aerial photo and the large scale map, you can understand the features or land use in that urban settlement. As you can see on these two pictures, this is a large scale map on the left. This is an aerial photo. Okay, this is a large scale map, and this is the aerial photograph taken from above. So they combine these two, they use these two together so that they are able to understand that particular area. Okay, you understand? So by using information from this and also information from this, they are able to understand more about that particular place. Okay. All right, there's something that I want for us to do in class now. Okay, I just need your participation. Okay, we're not done yet. Not yet. There's a certain exercise we have to do for settlements. Okay, let's start by this one. For question 3.1 to question 4. Okay, you can see that table for London and Mexico is showing the number of people. Can you see it? For London, 1860, there were 1 million people. By 1960, there were 9 million people. That is for London. And then for Mexico, 1950, there were 1 million people. And by 1980, 9 million people. So by using that information, let's answer the questions together. 3.1, how many years did it take for the population of London to increase from 1 to 9 million people? How many years? Look at the figures for London. 100 years. Oh, that's very good. From Natalie, Lisedi, thank you. 3.2, how many years did it take for the population of Mexico to increase by the same amount? Look at Mexico. Yes, Natalie, 30 years. 30 years. Which city expanded its population faster? Which one? Which city expanded its population faster? That's correct, it's Mexico. Within 30 years, there were 8 million people. Compared to London, it took 100 years. Okay. 3.4, which city, London or Mexico, is located in a developed country? Which city is located in a developed country? Is it London or Mexico? It's London, yes. Remember, London is the capital city of what? London. London is the capital city of what? Of which country? Of England, yes. Thank you, Musa, of England. Okay, now question number 4. How could the fast rate of urbanization in Mexico be a problem for the government? When people are moving to the urban areas, many people, how does it affect the government? How can it be a problem for the government? What do you think? Lisedi, incorrect answer. This A, there are many. Okay, try to give me more answers. Not enough employment for everyone. Thank you, Helene. From Musa, it will be crowded. Thank you so much. That's correct. Others? How will it affect the government of Mexico? The fast rate of urbanization. When most of the people are living in the rural areas or the urban areas, what will happen? Others, what do you think? Do you still remember urbanization? What happens when there are more people in the urban areas? Grade 8? You've already forgotten about urbanization. What happens when there are more people in the urban areas? There are less people in rural areas. Okay, Haley. But what happens in the urban areas when there are more people? There is crime and less employment. That's very good, Ngalhla. That's the answer that I was looking for. Overcrowding, yes, Daniel, thank you. What else? Their population increases, yes. So we're talking of the effects of urbanization. Thank you so much for those who responded. Okay, let's try another one. Another exercise. I want you to identify these features. This is an assessment task. Okay, it's an example of an assessment task, but we're just revising. It's under settlement. Now, can you identify the feature for A? Liz Ann, study becomes a challenge for those students because of noise. Thank you, Liz Ann. That's correct, because many people are there. So students can't study properly. I was saying, can you see these features from A to F? We're going to start with A. I want you to identify A. What type of settlement is A? Linear. Thank you, Nhlanhla. That's very good. And then B? What about B? Remember, we did settlements. I want answers related to rural settlements. You remember the types of settlements? For B, it's not secular. Try again, Klanhla. Clustered. Thank you, Liz A. It's a clustered settlement. And then C. What about C? It's not linear. It's not linear. There's another one. What is the other settlement pattern? Does anyone know? Dispersed. That's correct, Lisa. And what about D? What type of a settlement is that one? No, I don't want the types of rural settlements now. I want the main settlement for D. Is it rural or urban? It's an urban, yes, urban settlement. And then E, this is a rural settlement, but what type of a rural settlement? E, secular, that's correct, Nhlanhla. And F, and F, rural, yes, thank you, Mosa. It's a rural area. Let's do question 6. Choose the correct definition for A, B, C, and D. I want you to check properly. Can you see the definitions below for A, B, C, D? Now, what is 6.1? What is the increase in the number of people called? The increase in the number of people is called what? Yes, Lisedi, population growth. It's D. 6.2, the decline in the number of people living in the country areas. Which answer do you think is correct for 6.2? Lisedi, thank you, A. Yes, Liz A is A. It's rural depopulation. So when the number of people in the rural areas is decreasing, it's called rural depopulation. 6.3, a very large city. Yes, C, megalopolis. It's a very large city, okay. 6.4, the change from rural living to urban living is B, urbanization. That's correct. Well done for that. Let's try another question. Let's try out number 9. Can you see this picture? They are saying on 9.1, give this picture a title. Which title are you going to give this picture? Remember, we're talking about settlements, migration, and so forth. So which title can you give to this picture? When you look at that picture, what comes to your mind? Farming from Musa, okay. Others, what do you say? Farmers farming in a rural settlement from Lisedi. Natalie, I would say industrial revolution. Huh? But we are in geo. You see industrial revolution. Natalie. Others, which title would you give to the picture? Land grazing from List A. Okay. Okay, grade 8, do you really see what's happening in the picture? Can you see that the man labeled A is going away? And can you see this is a rural settlement? Can you see that it's a rural settlement? You can see the crops. There's a cow there. So it means this person on A is living in the rural areas. Can you see? He's carrying a bag. So where is he going, this person? Maybe he's going to the rural, to the urban areas. Okay. So B and C, these are people left behind in the rural areas. Okay. So you can say, you can give a title of rural to urban migration. That can be your title, because this man is leaving the rural areas to what? To urban areas. Okay. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, on question 10, what factors in the village caused A to leave? Why do you think this man labeled A is leaving the village? They're chasing him away. What factors in the village caused A to leave? Remember, we looked at the push and pull factors. You remember? To earn more money. That's correct, Helene. Think about the push and pull factors. What makes people to leave rural areas? From Helene, for better services such as medical service. That's very good. Others, what do you think? From Lisedi, to live in a better environment. Okay. So you can see okay, from list A, job opportunities, that's good. So if you look at question 12, many people are attracted to cities from rural areas. List 4 pull factors. Can you see the marks? 8 marks, which means 2 marks for each. This is the exam now, where you're going to be able to provide, to list the pull factors. They're saying 4. So what attracts people to go to the cities? So we're supposed to mention 4 pull factors. Better quality education. Thank you, Liz Ain. What else? Better living condition, better housing. That's correct. Oh, so those are pull factors, okay. What do we mean by push factors? Do you remember push factors? What are those factors? The push factors. Low income. What do those factors do to people? The push factors. They cause conflict. Factors that draw people out of certain areas. That's correct, Daniel. Thank you. They lead them out of the, Natalie, they lead them out of the rural areas, not city. Okay. And then let's look at number 13. The movement of people from rural areas results in rural depopulation. Refer to the diagram below. Okay. 13.1. Which population group leaves the rural areas? From your general knowledge, which population group leaves the rural areas? (13.1). What do you think? Which population group leaves the rural areas? We're doing 13.1. From Musa is saying teenagers. Okay, other people, what do you say? Which population group leaves the rural areas? So it's mostly the young people. Okay, thank you, Musa, for your answer. Mostly the young people, they leave rural areas for urban areas. Isn't they want to look for better opportunities? They want to find jobs. They want to have better education. So they leave the rural areas. And who remains in the rural areas? 13.2. Who remains to work in the rural areas? When the young people are gone, who is left behind? The old people, yes, Celine. The adults, yes. Thank you, Musa. So only the adults and the older people are left in the rural areas. Now the question is on 13.3, how does this impact on the work done in rural areas? What will happen to the work that is done in rural areas if young people, they leave and only the old people are left behind? What will happen? It all becomes slow. Thank you, Musa. Others, what do you say? It won't be done properly from Lesedi. The old people may suddenly pass away, okay, because they can't take care of themselves, okay. So is it a good thing that the young people, they leave the rural areas, going to the urban areas? Is it a good thing? What do you think? Should more young people leave the rural areas? or urban areas? It is a good thing because they can also make things better for their parents. Okay, it's Musa. That is your own opinion. You want to say yes and no, Lesedi. Okay. Yes, because they have to fight for their own life in bigger cities. Okay, Helene, thank you. Lesedi, what do you mean by yes and no? It's good and bad for you. Explain. Because it is good for their growth. Okay. And then the bad part. Okay, I don't see any answers come in, but well done for participating. So far, so good. From Musa, when they leave rural areas, they make a better life and find better jobs outside. They can help their parents. Oh, that's good. Lisedi, but not because they are leaving their elders to perish without even knowing. From Hlanhla, because in rural area you can do chores and become strong and healthy, but also urban areas you can start a business and get money. Also, you gave reasons for both sides, Nhlanhla. Okay, all right, that's good. That's very good. So can you see question 15 now? They are saying, what can be done to lessen the problems of people in depopulated rural areas? So how can we fix that problem whereby young people are living in the rural areas? What can be done? What can be done about it to limit many young people leaving rural areas? What can be done about it? Development, yes, thank you, Musa. They can develop the rural areas. Okay, thank you. So we want to see development in the rural areas, more schools being built, more clinics, more hospitals, houses being built for people. Thank you, Musa. You just gave me a correct word, development. That's correct. Others, what do you think? Do you have anything to add? Okay, if there's nothing, oh, that's very good. I understand you were tired, guys, but you managed to participate very well. Okay. Your homework, only 2 questions. Just take a screenshot or copy the questions down. Indicate for me when you're done. I can see people are done. What about others? So it was nice having you grade 8. I'm just worried though. The homework that I gave you yesterday, you didn't do my homework. Is it a good thing that you don't do your homework? Grade 8? Yeah, it's very bad. Do you have a valid reason for not doing your homework? You don't have valid reasons, so you're saying no. So you just felt like you didn't want to do the homework. You were lazy. Oh, that's not good. You should try to have more energy, okay, Liseti? Try to exercise. After every lesson, you exercise, refresh, so that you get new energy, okay? A lot of tests to do, is it? You only did the research, okay? Ah, I don't want to be disappointed by you, grade 8, such a good class. Try to improve next time, okay? Yes, that would make me happy. So everyday tests, you're writing tests. Really? Where are you writing tests, Humo? It's not every day, yeah. At home. Oh, okay. Okay, so everyone, it's a Friday today. You have a nice weekend. Take care of yourselves, guys, wherever you are, okay? Remember this corona. Be safe, stay indoors, okay? And be safe. You're getting fat. Just sitting the whole day. Listen, it's very bad. Are you noticing that you're getting fat or what? You should exercise, okay? Because if you just eat and sleep and sit down the whole day, oh, it's not good for your body. Okay? You should exercise, listen. Okay? You have your little gym in your house. So I'll see you on Monday, guys. Take care, everyone, okay? Be safe. Have a great weekend. Bye.